right. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I leave all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Hashem, Shai, Bashim, Kakadash. Double honor to my elders and apostles of Grand Millstone, who rule well, teach well, being great to them, touching our brothers, and peace and blessings of the full elect, Lord, I'm a part of that number. All right, I'm the brother Darth, and James Ben Chicago. Come back another video. All right, this video is going to be entitled Lord Color article. All right, because I forgot who sent this article to me. I believe it was the brother Ashiara out in Jersey, but I also seen the brother did a video on this, before, because I was planning on doing the video today, so I saved the article. All right, but another brother did a video on it. All right, and it was the Spirit. All right, so I got the precepts ready. We're just gonna beat this short article. It's not long at all. All right. It says 150-year-old stained glass window reveals what the world calls Jesus Christ with dark skin. All right, which we know the true name is Yahushua. All right, it says with dark skin, steering questions about race. It says a nearly 150-year-old stained glass church window that depicts a dark-skinned Yahushua interacting with women in New Testament scenes has stirred up questions about race, Rhode Island role in slave trade, and the place of women in a 19th century New England society. It says the window installed at a long-closed St. Mark Episcopal Church, however you pronounce that, in Warren in 1878, is the oldest known public example of a stained glass in which Hamashiach is depicted as a person of color that one expert has seen. The window is unique and highly unusual, said Virginia Ragun, a professor of humanities in Mercia at the College of the Holy Cross in Worcester, Massachusetts, and an example on the history of stained glass, or I have never seen this iconography for that time. Let me go to that. Let me go for that word. Hey, we got dictionaries on our phone, man. You gotta put them to use. As a branch of art history. Yep. The 12-foot tall, 5-foot window depicts two biblical passages in which women, also painted with dark skin, appear as equals to Mashiach. One shows a Mashiach in conversation with Martha and Mary, the sisters of Lazarus, from the Gospel of Luke. The other shows a Mashiach speaking to the Samaritan woman at the well from the Gospel of John, which we understand she was a heathen. All right, I'll make a video on that as well. She was a heathen. All right, Northern Kingdom was long gone by then. All right, just a very, very small portion, but they wasn't dwelling in Samaria. All right, the heathens were dwelling in Samaria. All right, I believe that's 1 Kings 17 or 1 Kings 21 or 24. I'll do a video on it. That's another topic. It says the window made by the Henry E. Sharp Studio in New York had largely been forgotten until a few years ago when Hallie Arnold and her family bought the 4,000 square foot Greek Revival Church building, which opened in 1830 and closed in 2010, to convert into their home. When four stained glass windows were removed in 2020 to be replaced with clear glass, Arnold took a closer look. It was a cold winter's day when the sunlight was shining at just the right angle, and she was stunned by what she saw in one of them. The human figures had dark skin. It said the skin tones were nothing like white rice you usually see, said Arnold, who teaches architectural design in California after growing up in Rhode Island and earning an art history degree from Harvard University. It don't matter where the fuck you get that degree from. Anyways, it says the window has now been scrutinized by scholars, historians, and experts trying to determine the motivations of the artist, the church, and the woman who commissioned the window in memory of her two aunts. Both of them have married into families that have been involved in the slave trade. Okay. It says, is this repudiation? Is this congratulations? Is this a secret sign? Says Arnold. Let me go into that word. Repudiation. contracts to describe the words conduct by contracting party. Rejection, denial. Okay. It says Raghun and other experts confirmed that the skin tones of black and brown painted on milky white glass that was fired in the oven to set the image were original and deliberate. The piece shows some signs of aging, but remains in very good conditions. But does it depict the black Yahushua? Arnold doesn't feel comfortable using that term, preferring to say it depicts a Mashiach as a person of color, probably Middle Eastern, all right, which is no such thing as Middle East, all right? That is Asia, all right? You got Africa, Europe, you got Asia, okay? And if you want to use that term Middle East, yes, they were dark skinned. All right. It says, which he says will make sense, given where the Galilean Jewish preacher was from. Okay, anymore. Don't know what the hell that is. Now that was it. I'm not gonna read it anymore. This is. I'm gonna just read it from here. It says this is Revelations 1:12. And I turned to see the voice that spake with me, and being turned, I saw 7 golden candlesticks. All right, that's the 7 churches of Asia Minor. It says, in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and a girt about the paps with a golden girdle. All right, like a belt. All right. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as the white of snow. Our people got woolly like hair. All right, it says his eyes were a flame of fire. It says his feet like unto fine brass. So, for edification's sake, fine brass. It says fine brass. You got fine brass right here. Okay. You have fine brass right here. All right. So let's see. That's such a fine brass burned. All right, because if you burn anything, it's going to be dark. So obviously around this complexion. All right. So this is fine brass right here. And if you burn it, it'll be around this complexion. This complexion. So it's obvious that the Lord was a person of color. All right. It said Judah is, let me get that. Is it Songs of Solomon? 5. Let's see. Go down. Go down. Let's see. Yeah, this is the precept right here. All right, Slakia got interrupted. This is Songs of Solomon 1:5. I am black, but comely. All right, that black goes into the word Quadar. All right, it says which is dark skin. All right, my Hebrew name. It says but comely, but beautiful. This is Solomon speaking. O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar. All right, so you had so if you wanted to block out the sunlight and get some sleep, all right, you will have those tents. All right, to block out the sunlight, so you get that proper rest that you need. All right, as the curtains of Solomon. Okay, so Solomon was a very dark-skinned man. All right, and the Lord came from the lineage of Solomon. Okay. Let me get that. This wasn't what I was looking for, but I'm gonna still get it. The previous one wasn't the priest I was looking for. Back. Yep. Jeremiah 14:2. It says, Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are blackened to the ground, and cry of Jerusalem is gone up. All right, so the tribe of Judah is known for being very dark. All right, not all of them, but they are dark. Okay, and the Lord came out of Judah. This is Jude 1. I know it's in Jude. Jude. Let me see. Hebrews a lot. It's let's get it right here. Yep, right here. And there's Hebrews 7:14. We'll wait till this nigga walk off before I read this piece out. It says, Hebrews 7:14, for it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah. All right, so the Lord's lineage, all right, is of the tribe of Judah, man. All right, he's of the same lineage. He's from the loins of David. All right, the seed of David, and that's a cut to the Immaculate Conception right there. All right, there's no such thing as a virgin birth. All right, we all came out through sex, and angels don't have sex. Okay, it says, for it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah, for which tribe Moses spake nothing concerning the priesthood. All right, because Yahushua will have to be that ultimate sacrifice. All right, it says in his hair, it's like verse 15, in his feet like it's a fine brass, as if they burn in a furnace, and his voice as the sounds of many waters. All right, he was louder. All right, he had that authority. Verse 18, and to the angel, so I said verse 18, Revelations 2:18. And to the angel of the church, Thyatira, write these things, saith the Son of the Most High, who have his eyes like unto the flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass. All right, so the Lord was obviously a colored person, man. All right, so to say, he had dark skin. All right, and there was a reason why those Edomites was cut in this article, man. Okay, that I just showed, because they can't accept the truth, man. Hey, these Edomites lie about everybody's identity. To Esau, he's the Vikings, he's the samurai, he's the Egyptians, he the Israelites, he the Celts, he the Anglo-Saxons. Okay, he's the Huns. Okay, he just everybody, man. He just everybody. All right, and that shows you he's a damn devil, because he wants to be everybody but himself. Because he's trying to run away from his wickedness, man. You can't run away. All right, this shit is catching up to you. Okay, the scripture says, shameful spewing upon his glory. He tries to make it seem as if he's conquered the whole world through peace and righteousness, man. And this man has done nothing but wickedness. Conquered the earth in straight bloodshed, man, and destroyed the earth at that. And the whole world has realized this man is the goddamn devil. Okay. Yeah, man, they fight against it so hard, man, because they want Jake to stay away from the Most High as possible. That's why they promote wickedness, man. All right. This is Daniel 10:5. Then I lift up mine eyes and look, and behold, a certain man clothed in linen, whose loins were girded with fine gold of Uphaz. Verse 6, his body was like the beryl, and his face as the appearance of lightning. His eyes were the lamps of fire, and his arms and his feet like the color of polished brass. And the voice of his words like the voice of a multitude. He was very loud, man. All right, his voice had that authority. Okay, that's describing the Lord's depiction. Okay, it says, and I, Daniel, alone saw the vision, for the men that were with me saw not the vision, but a great quaking fell upon them, so that they fled to hide themselves. I just wanted to finish out that precept, that whole thing. All right, so Lord wanted that show some Lord wanted that was edifying, all right, to the new listeners and believers. Of course, lock it. All right, so just a short video, straight to the point. All right, on the Lord's color, man. All right, so Lord, when it was an edifying video, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakudash, double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, Shalom, and the Bible Ball.